to it and accomplished a great deal, and you saw some of that in the video. So I would like to acknowledge them. They have pivoted. They're just working tirelessly to help us out. I'd also like to thank our sponsors for sticking with us through this. The Detroit Metro Convention and Visitors Bureau, the UAW, DTE, Doreen Mayhew, Don Nicholson Enterprises, the Healthy Family Foundation, and the Lansing Convention and Visitors Bureau. So many thanks to them for helping us keep this important message going. I'm excited today because we're going to be in a situation where we will be melding 3 events into 2 hours. First, Michigan Auto Heritage Day. Second, the Auto Heritage Awards of Excellence, and our annual meeting all rolled into one. Now, speaking of the annual membership meeting, we're going to be asking you for your input and feedback during a live small group breakout session or sessions near the end of our time later today. It's designed to look at how we can best increase the benefit to you of being part of the National Heritage Center, you, our partners, the grantees, our members, and other stakeholders. It should be fun, rewarding. It's not going to take a lot of your time, but I really do believe that we're all going to enjoy it. So please be sure to stick around for that. Now, as you can see on the PowerPoint slides, we have a terrific group of board members. Without these guys and gals, none of this could happen. They help and they do the hard work that goes into making MotorCities National Heritage Area the great organization that it is. So I recognize our board for everything they do. So without further ado, as chairman, I will call this meeting to order and introduce our executive director, Sean Palmaville-Size. Sean?
Thank you, Mike. Hello, everybody. It's so great to see all of your faces after all this time. Welcome to the 7th annual Michigan Auto Heritage Day. Whoever thought we would be doing it here on Zoom. But it's great that we have some kind of way to gather after all of the challenges we've all been through in 2020. So though it's only virtual, and we all miss the good old days of looking into one another's eyes and smiling and laughing, it is the next best thing under the circumstances. And I will point out that this morning it was 25 degrees, so at least we didn't have to get into our cars and scrape the windshields. So there is a silver lining. And I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out here today. Let's talk about what it means to have a day proclaimed as Michigan Auto Heritage Day. And Brian's going to bring that proclamation up on the screen. So there it is. It's from the governor's office. It's a public official declaration of something of importance. And auto heritage, of course, is very important to the state of Michigan, as we all know. So to tell you about it, let's listen to the author of the proclamation, Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
Hi, everybody. This is Governor Gretchen Whitmer. I'm happy to proclaim November 18th, 2020 as the 7th annual Michigan Auto Heritage Day. For more than 20 years, the MotorCities National Heritage Area Partnership have recognized our state for putting the world on wheels, beginning more than a century ago. Not only is MotorCities our state's only national heritage area, covering a region of more than 10,000 square miles with a population of more than 5 million people, it generates $489 million in annual economic impact and supports $40 million in tax revenue for Michigan every year. I know that normally this event takes place at the Capitol here in Lansing. I'm glad you were able to shift gears and meet virtually. The automotive industry, which employs millions of Michiganders, is connected to the vitality of our economy. I'm happy to commemorate this industry that is deeply woven into our state's past, present, and future. And I'm grateful for each one of you.
Well, please join me in thanking Governor Whitmer for her kind remarks. As many of you know, we also have an auto caucus in the state legislature, and we're going to hear from a couple of the leaders, or at least one, in a couple of moments. So they've been called into a meeting, and it'll be closer to 10:30, but at that time, we hope to hear from Senator Wayne Schmidt, and I'll circle back around to that once I know he's on the call. So now I'm going to turn it back over to you, Mr. O'Callahan.
Sean, I'm sure it's really busy in Lansing, and they're busy people, so that's certainly understandable. Tough times for all of us. Anyway, so now it's my pleasure to tell you about MotorCities National Heritage Area's Milestone Award. Each year, the board selects a Milestone Award recipient. The award is presented to key founders and subsequent implementers who paved the way for the creation and guidance of the Motor City National Heritage Area. Today, we recognize Congressman Fred Upton as the driving force that helped envision and realize the Motor Cities National Heritage Area. Congressman Upton was among the original group of when the organization was authorized by Congress in 1998. Ever since then, he has provided bipartisan leadership by supporting our reauthorization and our annual appropriations. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a greeting from our 2020 milestone recipient, Representative Fred Upton.
Fred Upton here. You know, it is such an honor to receive this milestone award from the Motor Cities National Heritage Area Foundation. Now, let me be clear. I've always had your back. Autos are so important to the state of Michigan and the Midwest and the nation. And it continues to be a bipartisan cause. And I'm glad to be just one element of it. And you know, I got to say, as a member representing Southwest Michigan, it's not just you over on the Southeast. Now, we're hoping to expand the area, the heritage area, westward to include Kalamazoo, where checker cabs were made, and obviously the greatest museum, the Gilmore Car Museum in Hickory Corners. If you haven't been there, and I took some of our leadership, Steve Scalise and others there earlier this year, it is just an incredible place, and people, it's just jaw-dropping in terms of what this industry has done for Michigan, and to see and tinker around with these vehicles. And Henry Ford Museum is a similar place. But anyway, it's just this is a special time in our history, and I appreciate your award. And I got it. I got the award. Thank you very much. It'll be here proudly in my office, where I hope we have some visitors in the not too distant future. Obviously, with COVID, everything's pretty shut down. But anyway, just thanks a bunch. I'll continue to work on a bipartisan basis to try and do all that we can to help this tremendous industry. God bless you all.
Well, and again, our thanks to Congressman Upton for having our back. I too hope we get an opportunity to go and thank him personally, not only in his district, but maybe a trip to DC. Go again, thank him for the support he's given. I also hope on a more local foundation that we all get a chance to go to Gilmore and get over and see that great museum again real soon. So to the Congressman, we appreciate his commitment to the support of our organization that preserves and promotes Michigan's singular automotive heritage. And with that, we're going to turn it over to Mr. Yap. Go to it, Brian.
Well, thank you, Mike, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for what has happened so far, and we're excited to kind of continue to move the meeting forward and take a look back into the year that was with Motor Cities, as well as stay tuned as we have our awards of excellence still to come. So we're excited to get into that, but we're going to kick off our year in review with one of the projects that we've been long gestating, but we are so excited to present to you. And I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Communications Manager, Bob Sadler. Bob, I'm just going to get this shared up on the screen, and then we'll get you going. Hold on just a second.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Bob Sadler, Communications Manager here at MotorCities, and the 12 months just passed have marked the realization of one of the original visions of our founding board of directors more than 20 years ago, to deploy these familiar brown highway signs across the 10,000 square miles of the MotorCities National Heritage Area. As you can see from the example on the video, the signs carry the National Park Service logo and welcome drivers to our National Heritage Area. The goal of these signs is to generate awareness of who we are and hopefully pique driver or passenger curiosity enough to ensure some action. Hopefully that action is to want to learn more about us by searching for our website or exploring our social media. The example that you're seeing is along northbound I-275 at the Michigan Avenue exit in Canton. A couple years ago, Brian Yap crossed paths with Mike Kapp of the Michigan Department of Transportation, and the partnership created has resulted in the installation of 14 of these signs, which you'll see on the map that's coming up. There's 4 signs in the Lansing area, 1 north of Flint along I-75, 1 south of Ypsilanti, another in Monroe County, and the balance are scattered along the Metro Detroit area. And this is just a planned phase 1 of the project. There are actually more than 20 additional locations earmarked for signs as part of phase 2. And now you're seeing the slide of the first 14 that have been installed late in 2019 and in the spring of 2020. And these signs have already made a tremendous impact. We've seen a dramatic increase in traffic at our motorcities.org website. Just looking at the numbers between from 2019 to the partial year of 2020, already we're seeing that our total sessions are up 112%. So that's more than doubled. Users as well, even higher numbers, up 131%, with page views also showing some amazing growth. Just for a case in point, our growth between 2017, 2018, and 2018 to 2019 were more in the 25 to 30% range. So, and that's really solid growth, but these numbers are truly, truly game changing. In addition, our Facebook likes have passed the 10,000 mark recently, which is a 25% increase during the year 2020. And we've been continuing that steady growth over these last 3 years. So the highway signs have already made a tremendous impact. We're so happy that they have become a reality. And with that, I'm going to transition and throw it back to Mr. Brian Yap.
Thank you, Bob, and excited to hear about the highway signs, and I hope you all have run across them as you travel through. Again, like Bob said, we certainly have seen an increase for those who are traveling through our region, so they are doing their job. I want to talk about another huge project that many of you have heard about over the years, and we have finally realized as well. And what you're looking at is an image of the Fort Street Bridge Park, which is at the confluence of Dearborn and Detroit, actually at the corner of Oakwood and Denmark Street in Southwest Detroit. And it was imagined, the park was the vision of the Fort Rouge Gateway Partnership, or the FROG. And the idea behind it was to, for us to be a partnership in commemorating the 1932 Fort Hunger March, which happened pretty much mustered at the bridge that crossed over from Detroit into Dearborn. The idea is that we would commemorate that, as well as all of the stories of environment and industry that meet up there. And in fact, just a few weeks ago, we were able to gather at this site, very socially distanced and safely, and cut the ribbon to open the park. So what you're seeing there is video of the park now open for business. Just a few elements of the park. The sculpture that you see in the middle actually uses salvaged parts from the original 1920s Bascule Bridge, the gears and the metal trussing, and it was appropriately titled, actually was built by artisans in Southwest Detroit, and it is appropriately titled March On. So it's dedicated to the spirit of those hunger marchers, particularly the 5 who lost their lives, as well as the spirit, indomitable spirit of those who preserved the river. We see some trussing from the bridge that was used as sign supporters for interpretive signs, and these fun frogs, which spout water onto a porous pavement in a demonstration of stormwater management, which is another key feature of the park. So it allows water to drain down through those porous pavers and out.
Heritage Tourism Award recipient is Bailey Sissoy Moore. Bailey?
Thank you so much, Chris. It's an absolute honor to be the recipient of this award, especially nominated with such a wonderful cohort. And I look forward to a long career here in Southeast Michigan, especially in Detroit, upholding not only our own standards at Detroit History Tours, but really the moral and sort of leading compass of the Motor Cities Heritage Foundation, that we're going to preserve this history, make it important, make it resonate, and pass it on to the next generation. So from my entire staff at Detroit History Tours, I want to say thank you for this beautiful award.
Well, that's just great. Congratulations, Bailey, and congratulations to all of our finalists so far. I am just going to jump in here right now because we've been joined by Senator Wayne Schmidt. And as I was saying earlier, Senator Schmidt is one of the co-leaders of the Auto Caucus. So this is the Michigan Legislative Auto Caucus, and it was created in 2014 in order to highlight the impact of the auto heritage on our history, on our culture, on our economy. And MotorCities National Heritage Area has been working closely with the caucus ever since it was created in 2014 to bring you Michigan Auto Heritage Day and the Awards of Excellence. So just this week, under bipartisan leadership of Senator Wayne Schmidt and Senator Mallory McMorrow, and maybe Senator Schmidt can say who else, the Michigan Senate passed a resolution in honor of Michigan Auto Heritage Day. So here to share a few of those highlights is Senator Schmidt. Senator?
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate everyone being a little patient with me. I came down this morning from Traverse City to get here at the office here in the Capitol, my Capitol office. A little quiet right now, but thank you for letting me join you. It was certainly an honor to recognize Motor Cities and the Automotive Heritage Day through the Senate resolution. It's the 7th annual. The Auto Caucus through the Michigan or the Detroit Regional Chamber is a bipartisan, bicameral group. Senator Mallory McMorrow, as you heard earlier, is one of the co-chairs in the Senate. Representatives Jim Lilly and Joe Tate are the two in the House. And the four of us work hard to get our colleagues to make sure that not only is this going to be the 7th annual, the 8th annual, et cetera, but rather just carry on Michigan's rich history of automotive innovation. I mean, goodness gracious, Motor Cities, that says it all right there. We want to make sure that Detroit, that Southeast Michigan, quite frankly, the entire state is the center of the automotive universe and the mobility universe. We might have to change a little bit as we're going forward as we talk more mobility, but it's critical that not only from a heritage perspective, by the way, the Ari Olds Museum there in Lansing, I'm an Oldsmobile guy. I've had a 442, a 69 convertible till the snow collapsed it one day. That was not a good day when my garage collapsed. Got a 63 Bonneville convertible now too, big old 19-footer there. So, I mean, I appreciate all of it and all the efforts that you do to make sure that Michigan and its automotive heritage is celebrated. And that's why, again, we did the resolution. It had tremendous support in the Senate. I know the House members are all supportive of it. So that's it. I just want to say again, thank you very much for all you do. And if there's anything else I may do to help, or Senator McMorrow or Representatives Tate or Lilly, let us know. We're here. I'm just sorry that we can't be in the rotunda like we usually do this. I remember one of the first times with former Senator Mike Kowal doing it. So.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Senator Schmidt. We really appreciate you taking the time to join us today. We appreciate the backup that you give us. We appreciate your service and thinking of us. So thanks again.
Thank you very much. Appreciate all of your support too. Bye-bye.
Great. Bye-bye. Okay, Brian, I think we'll go back to awards then.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was a welcome interlude from Senator Smith, but we will continue on with our awards of excellence. And our next category is interpretation and education. And to help us present that award from the UAW International Education Department is a board member, Sandra Engel. Sandra.
Thank you, Brian. It's not just enough to know that this great auto and labor history exists all around us. Someone has to make sure to tell these stories to make that history relevant. The nominees in our education and interpretation category do just that. Russ Doré of Doré Productions specializes in historic presentation and reenactments. You might attend a presentation and come face to face with Thomas Edison or Henry Ford. His ever-expanding portfolio of presentations also includes Walter Chrysler and Billy Durant. With the need to cease in-person presentations, Russ is now making his presentations available via Zoom. Henry Ford Heritage Association's Henry Ford Quiz Show delivers an engaging game show-like experience to auto event attendees. If you step up to the challenge, you will undoubtedly learn something new about the automotive icon and his influences. The Ford Piquette Avenue plant's new Early Ford Dealership exhibit captures the features of an auto dealer's showroom in the early 1900s. As with everything at the Piquette plant, the attention to detail and authenticity of the exhibit are key to visitors transporting themselves to that moment in time. The 2020 Award for Excellence for Education and Interpretation goes to the Ford Piquette Avenue plant for the Ford Dealership exhibit. Here to accept is Executive Director David Flatt. Congratulations, David.
Yes, thank you, Sandra, and thank you, Motor Cities, for this wonderful award. On behalf of Piquette, we are thrilled to receive this honor. Our new Early Ford Dealership exhibit is a highlight for our guests who come to Piquette. It is here where visitors see what the dealerships look like. Ford Motor Company manufactured very reliable and cost-effective vehicles. It was the Ford dealerships that had the challenge to sell an automobile to people who had no idea what a car was and certainly did not know how to drive one. In this exhibit, you will learn Ford had over 7,000 dealerships worldwide by 1913 and over 10,000 by 1926. Special thanks to Steve Shotwell, Mark Carpenter, Larry Last, Jim Spalding, Barry Cogan, and the Piquette Exhibits Committee for all the hours they spent researching, designing, and building this great exhibit. We also thank Jerry Hamies for giving us the rights to show his recently released Family Ford Dealership movie, Selling Happiness, at the exhibit. We invite everyone to come to Piquette to see the new exhibit. You'll be amazed. So thank you very much, Motor Cities. Appreciate it.
Thank you, David. We certainly appreciate you as well. Our final category of awards to present today is for Volunteer of the Year. And to help us present that award is your friend and mine, our office administrator and events coordinator and volunteer wrangler, Tiffany Pierce. Tiffany.
Hello, everyone. At this time, we're here to celebrate both Kevin and Cynthia Kaczynski for our 2020 Volunteer of the Year Award. You both have voluntarily chose to undertake a service to help ensure we had a visible presence at many events. You both have made a tremendous difference by promoting the heritage area, and for that, we cannot thank you enough. I would like to introduce the lovely couple, both Kevin and Cynthia Kaczynski. Congratulations.
All right.
Kevin, I think you're muted.
There we go.
How about now?
There we go.
Okay. Unfortunately, Cindy was not able to attend the meeting today, and I'll pass along all the highlights to her. But very much so, we appreciate the award. Sorry we can't do more this year because of what's going on, but we love interacting with the folks at the different events that are attended to by Motor Cities Heritage, especially those at the Henry Ford, Greenfield Village on Old Car Festival days, and the Orphan Car Show in Ypsilanti, Michigan, which attracts some very unusual automobiles that some people didn't know even existed. We have an opportunity now, or a challenge, to be an ambassador for Motor Cities, and I'm trying to do that by many of my Facebook pages that I have, and always include the Motor Cities Story of the Week, which has been getting a lot of likes, which is the thumbs up on Facebook. And hopefully we'll attract more people to the website, as well as when things turn around and able to see people in person again, able to meet the face behind the page. Again, Cindy and I thank you for the award. I know there's a lot of other folks that we've interacted with at different events that probably do maybe a little more than what we do, but we try to do the best we can. And now that I'm retired, I can spend more time at some of the events. Again, thank you and appreciate the award.
Thank you, Kevin, and tell Cynthia as well that we appreciate her. And those are dangerous words you just spoke. And now that you're retired, you have more time. I think there are quite a few people on the call who are going to be nodding their heads or giving you the, oh, no, you don't, because that's how it all starts, of course. But we appreciate you and all your hard work. Nobody could have done more than what you did. As Tiffany said, you're always on call and ready to go. And to have a team like that of smiling faces at our events is invaluable. So really appreciate you and all your efforts. And you also, your encouragement to all of us to say, something simple like sharing a post or a like, giving a thumbs up would go a long way in spreading the word of Motor Cities, especially with some of the really great digital offerings that we have going on right now. So I think Bob will agree with that. As we wrap up this section of the Awards of Excellence in today's presentation, want to again thank our sponsors for making this possible. So we thank you to the Convention Visitors Bureau, UAW and DTE, as well as Doran Mayhew, Don Nicholson Enterprises, the Healthy Family Foundation, and the Greater Lansing Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Even though I don't need to do it, I will call the meeting to be adjourned at 11:56 a.m. Not bad, we're in 4 minutes under. Bob would be proud of us if he was here. And I want to thank everybody. I thought it was great. It's great. Everybody,
Happy
please be
Thanksgiving.
careful, be safe. That's right. Thank you, Don. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Everybody
Happy
stay safe and
Thanksgiving,
healthy.
everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
God bless
Bye now.
everybody.
Take care,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Thanks very much.
Bye.
Hey, have a good week.